What is this? Hi guys. 얘 뭐야? 난리 났다. 에휴. Hi. Mike has been doing so well lately. I put the baby to sleep maybe 3 minutes ago. Turned the stream on. We'll see how long he'll last. He's been a little whiny baby. Oh, it's so scary. Every time his like fingers move, it's super scary, guys. Good morning. Good morning. 안녕하세요. Hello. Today I finally put the baby. It took a while. Okay. I see everything is very good. We are set. We are perfect. We're good to go, guys. 다 했나? Okay. I survived another week. Tomorrow, Mia will be home taking care of the baby. Maybe I'm gonna do long stream. Long time no see, long stream, but we'll see. Recently, baby doesn't want to be with dad, so I have to take care of the baby. I saw them disband. Didn't they disband long time ago? Oh, I should put something on. Oh, my auntie gave me this. So I don't... Oh, they didn't disband? I thought some people left, no? I'm super kawaii today, guys. Oh, really? Oh. Is this from Disneyland? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I guess so. I think I might see Disney. Does that say Disney? Oh, interesting. I don't know. Okay, so I have Twice's dance memorized. I just didn't have time to film it. Like, wow, 진짜 and one thing that sucks about the content that I'm trying to do is every time my heartbeat goes up, I have to wait for my heartbeat to go down, which takes like maybe 10-20 minutes. I realize it's not a good content. There's a reason why people do it. So either I perfect it right away and then film it so that like I get it done in one take, or this will be just like endless waste of time content. So we'll have to think of a better way. Hello. 안녕하세요. 어서오세요. I learned Twice's This Is For. Which, doesn't the song sound like some cheerleading song? I was kind of surprised. 좋은 아침입니다. Where's the bedding table? 진짜, should we start making bedding table for how long the baby sleeps? Can I just tell you guys one thing? 진짜 제가 하나만 말하자면 진짜 여자들 너무 고생해. So guys need to really help out on helping take care of baby. Just do it perfectly on first try. That's what I'm saying, is like I should practice it really like so much that when I film it I have to get it right away, like on first try. So I'll start uploading that today. Hopefully I'll make time. Yesterday I was just really exhausted. The baby didn't sleep last night. He's apparently month number 4. His 4th month is his like peak of whining and on like getting annoyed with everything. So even better if you do it perfectly without practicing. If it was Gen Z dance, sorry. If it was Gen 2 dances, perfect. Like, tell me, it's like body memory, right? But if it, like recent dances are too hard, so I'll get that. I'll start getting that out. Hopefully, I can do like 3 dances a week. Is my like preference. I'm hoping, like cross my fingers. And one thing, and if I do that, then I have no time to do reaction, which sucks. I do want to do some reactions. Like, there were some good songs out there. I really like Yena's song, but I have no time to effing sit on the freaking computer. I don't even have time to edit. And the worst thing was, the other day I was talking to Oogie, and Oogie was like, Jinri, I think you should start a new channel. I'm like, Oogie, I have like 5 epic channels. She's like, well, if you want to do a channel, because her like stream has been really rocking off lately. She's like, if you really want to like do well on YouTube with all these like algorithms that YouTube has had, which is really stupid. She did mention how I should start a new one, so I've been like decorating a new one, and I'll probably do live on that one, which makes me think of like, should I upload a full VOD? It's stressful. So I'll have a URL out for you guys to follow. But yeah, I don't know if I wanna, I don't know. It's like lots of thinking. And then I keep getting emails for my AI channel being like, you should promote our AI thing, we'll pay you, blah blah blah, or we'll give you free subscription. I'm like, ugh. It sounds so tempting, right? Does it sound so tempting if people keep saying that? So I'm like, should I go back to AI, like study AI by myself and then film it by myself? Or so I it's just been a lot of thinking, like, oh, but if I go back to AI, then it's kind of pointless for me to stream. It's just literally, then stream is just for me to like talk to chat and stuff. So yeah, honestly, I think because she's catered towards Korean, what's really unfortunate about that is that it's limited in terms of audience, because she doesn't put in English subtitles. So that's what I'm thinking. She has to be very analytical in terms of like finding the needs for her potential audience. But like the rest of the country speaks English. I mean, yeah, especially because hers is game stream, so I feel like it's going to be different for YouTube. But she has a lot of friends who's been doing YouTube for a long time, so what she's saying isn't completely wrong either. It's just, I just have to figure out my demographic. But yeah, K-pop is just another genre, I think, in terms of YouTube, because it's not just based off of like continuously uploading videos, it's also based off of the fandom. So if I do like Stray Kids, you know, the big named idol groups, of course I'll get lots of views, right? But if I do some like, you know, like mid-sized company groups, then like people don't view it, and I feel bad. Like, oh, it not only hurts me, because of course like I live off of views, right? But it also hurts their fans, right? So it's been a lot of thinking lately. So I don't know, I'll think about it. But at least K-pop dances are simple, I think. I don't know, to be honest, editing wise, it's easier to do reaction, because all I'm doing is sitting and reacting to videos and be like, oh, which is easy because I love some of the dances and some of the music, right? But in the long run, I don't know what I could do off of like reaction videos, so we'll see. I feel like I should do things that I like too, right? So it makes a huge difference. What is this like chord? Hello. And I feel like things that I like to do is dancing, so like that's why I'm trying to do the dances. So oh, that's true. But he also does other things, right? He also plays games and everything. I don't know. Like, if I start comparing with other people, I feel like it's like endless. And I've been like, I don't know. What do I like other than dancing? I don't know what I like lately. I've been enjoying baby caring, because that's been like my main focus. That's why I'm doing the podcast. I just mean the audience is there. Oh yeah, the audience is there. Oh, what I meant about reaction videos is like in the long run, because I'll be catered towards K-pop, what I can do with being a K-pop reaction YouTuber. So my initial goal was just to focus on K-pop itself, but it's been lots of thinking. Reaction is fun. I'll think about it. It's just been a fun thinking Jinri moment, guys. It's just been lots of thinking. Anyways, let me finish the story off of where I was in terms of birth. Hospital. We're gonna continue there. Like, no matter how much we talk about YouTube, it's such a people keep saying it's a red ocean, but there's still content out there that's still in the blue ocean wise, so it's a fun place to be. thinking very hard, right? We have to think. Anyways, so continuing my story in the hospital. Where was I? Wow, this is why this sucks. Anyways, hospital. I'll continue today's part 2 of my hospitalized what is it? What's the word? Part 2 of Jinri being hospitalized after giving birth. So in Korea, as you guys know, they have a baby room where they keep the babies. So what I wanted to do this time was stay with the baby 24/7. And in Korea, that is called 24시 모자 동실, which means like you're with the baby 24/7. Luckily, my hospital said you have to, if you want to do that, you have to be with the baby at least 16 hours. So I was like, oh, I think that's doable. So we went to the nurse. We went there and I was like, we're ready. Like, we're here to do the 24-hour thing. And they were like, okay, are you sure? Like, mom, you don't want him to get any more rest? I was like, no, we'll be good. Because I've seen these documentaries and all these books saying that if you want to like understand how your baby works and like where he cries, what he cries for and everything, it's best for you to stay with the baby when the baby is born. And that's what they do in the US. So a lot of Korean books refer a lot to American materials. And also I've been reading a lot of the US. They actually have American, I thought it was something APA, Pediatrics Association, that I use a lot of their information as well, because I think that's probably a lot like very trustworthy. So if you ever get a baby, definitely check that site out. There's a lot of important information. For example, like always using a car seat when you're driving. There's no exception because in the end the baby's gonna become the air cushion, you know. So something along the lines of that. So they recommended me staying with the baby 24/7. Also my brother's wife ended up doing that too in the US, so I was like, why not? So the first night with the baby went fabulous. The baby did not cry, the baby slept, we're taking pictures, we just hold the baby when it seems like it's opening, the baby's opening his eyes. It was like, oh, psh. Taking care of a baby is piece of cake. I don't understand why people don't do this. It's such a wonderful moment, right? We're like video calling my mom, his dad, my relatives, his relatives. No worries, no big worries, right? And that night went like perfect. I even had to ask the nurse that about how the baby does not cry at all, and she was like, oh, don't worry. I was like, are you sure the baby doesn't cry? What if he has some type of issue? It's okay, he cries, don't worry. Yeah, the day after that was terrible. It literally went from like being above in heaven of like this perfectly grown baby to like hell. The next day baby comes in, and remember how I talked to you guys about the hospital rooms not having AC, or it was like a systematic air conditioning where we cannot change the AC degrees by ourselves. It has to like it's all in unison. So the baby comes to our room again in the morning, and he's fine. He just wakes up. He's like, hello. And then he kind of whines. So we're like, oh, maybe it's time for him to eat. And obviously, since I want to try breastfeeding, I give him my, my titties, and he's like, yum, yum, yum. Well, okay, nothing's coming out. Maybe like a drop is coming out. This is okay, well, whatever. And he still cries a little bit. So we end up going to the nurse, asking him for formula, which is different from the US. Surprisingly, in Korea, they don't have something that's they don't have the concept of saving formula from other moms. They don't have that. So instead, they just feed you formula, which sucks is for those who want to try breastfeeding, because he's so used to eating like 30 milliliters of formula that if I try to breastfeed him, he'd be like, no. He'll be latching on it for a bit, and then he starts crying out because nothing's coming out. And obviously that makes sense. He's pissed off, right? You think food is gonna come, but you end up not having food. So that was really unfortunate, and he was crying a lot for that. So we just gave him formula, 30 milliliters, which wasn't that much, and we just followed the hospital system, so it wasn't like a big deal. And we thought that would be the best, since hospitals know what they're doing, right? So, we have the formula, and at one point, he starts crying, and Mia and I, first-time parent, didn't know what to do, so we did all the checklist, right? Before we give him food, we do the diaper check. Did he pee? Did he poop? We open the diapers, nothing happened. We close the diapers. Okay, that's not it. He's still crying. Next thing we tried was we tried holding him. Maybe he feels lonely being in this bed by himself. We tried holding him. We tried shaking him. Didn't work. Oh my god. We started panicking. We tried giving him food. Obviously it doesn't work because he just ate like 5 minutes ago. We tried burping. He's not burping that much either. We tried everything on the checklist, and now this crying isn't ending, and it's getting worse. Also, because the hospital that we were in was a old building, the walls were very thin, which means that people the parents staying next doors, oh my god, I felt really bad for them, because he was crying out so loud, so we were very, very, very puzzled on figuring out why he's crying, and so we ended up calling the nurse. It's funny because I feel bad. The nurses, there's only like 3 nurses taking care of like 10 babies, right? 3 nurses taking care of like 10, 12 babies, and for them to come see our baby is basically like understaffed in the baby room. But they rushed in because we were like, okay, the baby's crying. We fed him. We checked the diapers. We did this, that, and nothing's happening. The nurse comes in, and she's like, oh, I think maybe he's overheating. And we're like, what? And later on, I checked the room temperature, and since the room temperature in the hospital was maybe like I would say like 85, this baby that's wrapped in very thick cloth was not enjoying the room temperature. So I didn't realize, but his face started getting super red to a point there was like things coming out of his face. So the nurse comes in and she's like, oh, okay, well now we have to keep him nude. So we had to take this wrapping off. I had to buy these like hand mittens that was like $10 because he would start like scratching his face, and I'm like, what the heck? So we ended up having to like open up the windows and trying to keep him cool, but that didn't do it. So unfortunately, I had to give the baby back to the baby room because they can have the room cold, but not in our room. So the second day that I had the baby, it was unfortunate, and we ended up saying, okay, maybe in the hospital we'll just end up resting and not doing anything. So yeah, that was really unfortunate. I wanted to stay with the baby and try to bond with him. There was no like skin to skin that I see in the American movies, the TikTok, and our baby ended up having to be nude throughout the whole hospital like period. So every time I go see our baby, since we couldn't be with him since the room was really hot, our baby's like, everyone's like wrapped up nicely in this like white cloth, and there's our baby like half naked. And like from like chest up to the face, he's like all red. So even being in the baby room wasn't helping cool him down. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing, especially because like he's like so skinny to compare to other babies. So that was really unfortunate. And what was surprising was that the first night we stayed with the baby, there were things to do, like take pictures of the baby, hold the baby, feed the baby. We even changed the diapers. His poop was black, which was funny. But anyways, you know, like we finally got to try this like parenting that people talk about. Now without the baby, Mia and I were like, so what should we do? I really thought about streaming because there was nothing for me to do. But you know, we had to rest and we couldn't talk loud because like I said, the walls were thin that I could hear other moms talking. So I'm just sitting there like watching YouTube videos, which was also boring. And I couldn't go see our babies because there was only 2 times we could see the baby. So I kept walking around, which was also a bad idea because my feet ended up being very like swollen, since I also put on these like stockings that they told me, these like tights that they told me to put on. Apparently it's good for blood circulation. I don't know if it really helps. I ended up taking it off because it was like hot and annoying too. And like I couldn't do anything. That's the only thing I do. So I was like miserable. And I was like, oh, is this also like postpartum depression that's happening? So I really wanted to leave the hospital. I think that was like the time of me being like, I don't wanna do nothing. Because if you think about like the whole time during my pregnancy, I was just in bed, like streaming, laying down, talking to you guys, which wasn't a bad thing. You guys like helped me, make me feel better, but that's all I did, right? And now after I finally gave birth, I thought I could do some parenting that people talked about. But like I said, in Korea, they really want to focus on the mom's recovery than moms having to take care of baby, because their mindset is you'll end up having to take care of the baby once you leave the hospital. So at least during your hospital, like at least during your stay in the hospital, please get good rest. But it's really hard. First of all, the bed's very uncomfortable. Any hospital beds are uncomfortable. It's hot. The food is very healthy. And I needed some salt in my food, which wasn't really helping. So Mia ended up buying some Baskin Robbins ice cream for me. But yeah, that was like hospital Jinri. And so it would have been really great if we could have seen the baby, but it was not a fun experience. So I can see why some foreigners, especially who wants to be very latched to their babies after giving birth, would not appreciate being in Korean hospitals, because some hospitals do allow 24/7, like being with the baby 24/7, but you end up, like not enjoying being by yourself once the baby's born, especially because you gotta feel the bump, but the bump's gone, the baby's gone. I'm with my husband. He's like, he's just there. There's nothing for us to talk about other than, oh, I wonder what our baby's doing. He's working there too, but I feel bad. I was like, maybe he should just go to work, and he's like, nah, it's okay, I'll stay with you. I'm like, well, we're not really doing anything. I'm watching YouTube videos. There wasn't any fun dramas out there. So it was a pretty sad, depressing hospital experience. So that is that for going to the hospital for 3 days. And the day that I was leaving the hospital, they had to do some paperwork. Mia's family, his whole family came, which was surprising. Especially because 2 of them didn't get the tetanus shot. I was kind of disappointed in that, but at least they got to see the baby from far away. And I know some people might kind of be like, it's just a tetanus shot, there's no 100% true, like the whooping cough is not that common, blah blah blah, but it's like this precious baby that's been in my womb for 10 months, and I've struggled and I've tried to keep this baby very healthy, but you know, it was just very unfortunate that that was happening. And even to this day, like, I still keep talking to Mia about how let's try to treat this baby, like, let's try to avoid anything that we can do from him getting sick. Of course, if he gets sick, it's unfortunate and it's okay for him to get sick. I'm not saying he should never get sick, but at least if there's things that we can avoid doing, such as, you know, getting the tetanus shot, so that he won't be caught to the whooping cough and blah blah blah, that's what I was preferring. But since in Korea, I don't think a lot of people have that mindset, especially they have the back in my days mindset of you were grown well without parents getting the tetanus shot, it's okay. Have mindset. I had to fight a lot with Mia about that, which is another fun story, but that is really unfortunate. Yeah. I don't know, vaccine in Korea, I don't know if it's just Korea, but they really are not liking it, especially the elders. They worry that if they take the vaccine that they will get sick, and they keep comparing it with COVID, and I wish they wouldn't do that. That's something that I realized, but that's another fun story. Anyway, so moving on from my hospital to, I finally got to the postpartum care, and it was one of the moments where I was kind of expecting it, and at the same time I was also worrying about, because first of all, I don't get to stay with the baby, and we already felt that moment of, if I'm not with the baby, then I feel very lonely in the hospital. And it's gonna be the same thing in the postpartum care, but you know how people keep talking about it. A lot of foreigners come to Korea to get the Korean postpartum care, and I was like, oh god, let's try. So when I got there, they were very welcoming. They took the baby and they placed the baby also in the same baby care, so they have that baby room. That something that was different from the hospital is that this baby room, I can see the baby 24/7. They also give you a camera for you to check on the baby, and whenever you want to be with the baby, they allow you to do that as well. So that was really great, and my whole intention was staying with the baby. So I gave off the baby to them, and they placed me in this room. It was very good quality. I would have to say it kind of looks like a decent hotel, like maybe like a 3-star hotel. Not like the super fancy one, but at least it had a bed. It had some, oh, the bed was also like motion bed, where there's like these fancy buttons for you to lift off your legs or the back, and they had really good comfy blankets. So it was definitely like a nice hotel to stay in. They had a TV, nice desk, so if someone had to work or if your husband had to work, that was great. And husband can come in and out easily, freely. I couldn't go in and out because of any germs. So I actually had to sign a paper if I had to leave the day before, which was pretty funny. So that was their whole system. The nurse, they aren't officially nurses, but the caregiver came into my room and they asked me a couple of questions, and they were like, how do you want to feed the baby? And I was like, I want to breastfeed the baby. I think that's what I checked. But I wasn't sure like how to start breastfeeding, but I was like, oh, I want to breastfeed the baby and I want to be with the baby as much as I can. Like, I checked off all those, and they were like, okay, yeah, that's all good. But even if you want to breastfeed, but something that I felt very sus about was, they said to me, even if you want to stay with the baby or breastfeed them, we want you to rest as much as you can. They kept emphasizing that, and I was like, why are they emphasizing this a lot? I'm not sure. Well, that was pretty interesting. But right after they left, I was treated with this amazing food. Like, it was a very fancy, you know, like 5 side dishes and soup in the middle. And they were like giving me all these snacks, and in between they also showed me how they would give cereal in the morning. They had coffee for the dads. So just hearing about it really sounds like a great experience, right? It just sounds like the place that moms want to be, resting and, you know, not doing anything. And also they had like really scheduled times where they would send me to breast massaging place, and then they would send me to a full massage. During the breast massage, since my boobs started getting painful, they would like squirt off, and like I don't know what they did exactly, but it was just kind of a little uncomfortable too, because, you know, I have my boobs open and they're just like squeezing a little, and then they're doing all these. I'm like, okay. And they keep like, you know, talking about how breastfeeding is good for not only you, not only the baby, but for the mom, blah blah blah. And they keep talking. It felt good but kind of weird at the same time. And what was a little sus about that too is my mom told me that in the US they actually don't recommend like boob massage as much, because it hurts the tissues inside the boobs. But in Korea they actually have like these fancy boob massage people. I don't know if there's even like a certificate for it. I don't think there's actual like legitimate certificate for boob massage, but they keep saying that's a thing. So I'm sitting there being like, this is pretty interesting. You know, like my boobs open and they're like squirting out and doing this, and I'm like, I don't think they should be doing this, but they called me to get this, or whatever. And then I got to the full massage area, and obviously they also wanted me to pay, so which was kind of a scam if you think about it. I paid a lot to stay in there for a week, but they also wanted me to pay extra for me to get their massage service as well. So to me, honestly, it felt like not really. Also, it's masseuse, right? The massage person wasn't that good. It was just really painful. She was like, oh, I'm trying to get every little place of like I'm trying to get every place that you're having troubles, especially this back or this like neck. She kept like, you know, this neck part, she kept grabbing onto it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like painful. I'm like, I know, because you're so stiff right now. It's, you know, moms, I can't blame. She's trying to like brainwash me into like purchasing the package, right? And so I finally got to my room, and I'm like, it feels like heaven, right? Because I'm not with the baby and I'm getting all these like fancy service that for like a decent price. And so, you know, I finally get to the room, and then I finally think about, oh, my baby, what's my baby doing, right? And so my baby's there fine, and what was something that I was unexpecting was that they weren't calling me. And I know it was the day of that I arrived, but they weren't calling me to breastfeed the baby. And I thought that was a little weird, because from what I read, you need the baby latching onto my boobs often for my boobs to relax, plus for the baby to get used to, so it needs to be in good harmony. But remember, since I didn't get that full time during the hospital, I had to at least try it once I got to this room. But that full hour of getting the boob massage, the other, like the full massage and everything, I didn't get that opportunity. So to me, in my whole like mind process, I was like, what is going on, right? Like, is the baby being fed? So I went to them and I checked up on them, and they told me that I should use the breast pump before the baby is latched onto me. And I was like, that's weird, because I'm going to be in the room, right? I'm going to be here doing nothing other than maybe sleeping or and the baby woke up. What a perfect timing for the baby to wake up. I'm gonna wait for him to see if he's gonna fall back to sleep. 36 minutes, not bad. Baby like not talking about my food. Yeah. He's been having trouble sleeping for a long time without me, which is unfortunate. No, the record was like 50 minutes, which was unfortunate. Right now, it's just 36 minutes. I know. What's unfortunate is when he's sleeping on top of me, he sleeps for a long time. Can he hear you through it? No, it's one way. I don't think he's hungry. He just whines when he wakes up. So I'm gonna try to let him sleep. Yeah. Because I want his food term to be like 3 hours, but it's been 2 hours, so they told it seems that I have to just let him cry out or like try to like force a 3-hour eating. That is because he can hear the sounds he used to hear before he was born, so it's comforting. Oh. Yeah, baby's okay. Well, I'm just waiting for the baby to see if he can. Oh, you want me to talk to the baby? Okay. Let's try. 안녕. 아까짱. 大丈夫? 어이구, 아까짱. お元気ですか? 오. Okay, who said to talk to the baby? Because now he's crying more. Hey, why are you saying that? Now he's whining because he heard me. Okay, 빨리 잠깐만. 아유. ban the guy. 잠깐만. I think he was hot. Oh, Mia saw so the reason why I don't want to put baby's face on the internet is Mia saw this article where people will use baby's face and make it into porn. I was like, oh, why would people do that? Because AI is well developed lately. Yeah. They use this poor baby's face, and I'm like, this is like, you see, this baby is like three months. Yeah, they say that people do that? But I think it's not baby. I'm thinking it's like 7 years old, like, you know, like child. I don't know if it was in Korea. That's so crazy. So I worry putting baby's picture on the internet. Hey, stop. You will be on the internet. Because AI is crazy lately. So are you relaxing? Hi. Bye. So that's also a big reason why I don't want to put baby's face on the internet or anything. I mean, like, this baby's porn is, I don't know, I guess people won't watch it, but like, still in the future. Ah, that's true. That's true. If I'm streaming for that long, I don't think I'll be streaming for that long, right? I'll be busy chasing after him. I wish he would have longer naps. So I don't know why. In Korea, there's lots of like fancy tools to use for naps, but I'm not using any of them because I worry about SID. SID stands for suffocating infant. 아닌가? 뭐지? Anyone know what it stands for? Let me know. What is he doing? So. Sudden infant death syndrome. 맞아. It's so scary. Like, for those who don't know what sudden infant death syndrome is in the crib, if you put like blanket or what is this? Pillow. What they ended up doing is the baby keeps moving and the pillow goes in front of their face and stuff and they end up suffocating. Oh, so sad. But sometimes moms have trouble putting the baby to sleep because they don't understand why the baby is crying. So then they end up using those pillows and blankets. There's a lot of dangerous blankets out there. For example, there's a blanket that like has so much weight onto the baby so that his reflexes don't happen. Because sometimes that's the cause of why the babies wake up, so. Oh, is it not Sid then? I don't know. I thought that was one of them. Oh, and then in the baby crib, you're not supposed to have any toys because toys are for them to have fun, but sleeping is you shouldn't have anything with sleep stuff. Why are you still crying? Yeah, 너 왜 그래? 왜? So anyways, I think please don't tell me you're hungry. I'm trying to make you have a longer hungry term. Oh, yeah. But I thought that's one of the reasons why they wanted the cribs to be empty. Maybe they're trying to keep any possibilities of death through that happening. Maya. Hi. Oh. Yeah, avoid just in case. So dangerous. Oh, and you know what I wanna buy? Can anyone buy it for me? I want a boob, what is it? The blanket for breastfeeding. Oh my god, does it look like a ghost? Where? What's your problem? Yeah, I want a boob blanket. Does that sound weird? Oh, don't cry there. They say don't cry. Oh, is it called privacy blanket? Ew. Start crying in the mic. Wait. What is up? Oh my god. I gotta figure out what's wrong with him. If you cry, you stinky? Hey, why you call my baby stinky? I still can't believe like breastfeeding on stream is allowed. Oh, well, I'll show you arm. Don't make. Oh, you want to talk with Chad? Oh, oh. He's so cute. He's so cute, Walla. He's crying. Okay, Chad, I think I should probably feed him and then burpee him and then put him to sleep. Oh my god, that's been me every single effing day. 아, 우리 애기요? 신기가 좀 많이 불편한가 봐요. Oh, I think he's about to sleep again. 아니야, he's not. I can sense it. He wants me to stand up. One thing that's bad about like grandma, this is dissing my mom too, is that my mom, every time he's like crying, she wakes up, she's like, oh, and that's the same thing with all the grandmas, and I'm like, please don't do that for my future. You know, they will be okay sitting down because he's 6 kilograms right now. That's 13 pounds, right? If you think about 13 pounds that I have to lift off every single day, 24/7 to do this, that's workout. I don't want to do that. That's too much workout. So I tell my in-laws and my mom, please sit down for my future, for my strength, but they don't listen. What can you do? What can you do? Dinga dinga ding, dinga dinga ding. Da da dee da dee da dee. Exercise? Hey, if I do that, then my arm and my wrist, all my joints crack. 그치? Oh, he makes good sound. Hey, you will be good ASMR. Baby ASMR. Yeah, so... Okay, chat. That was a good 48 minutes of this stream. I gotta stretch more? But it cracks! Just kidding. Anyways. Yeah, I will think of this as an exercise. I'm a very, like, scary mom. 오마이라, 다이조부? Okay, yeah, I really need to do something with this baby. He's been learning 3 languages, guys, by the way. 4 languages. Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, and English. And now we're gonna go. Because he's whining. Okay, chat, thanks for watching, 여러분. 저 오늘도 짧은 방송만 하네요. 언젠간 또다시 긴 방송이 오기를 기도하겠습니다. Let us all pray. Dear Lord, let us have a long stream. And yeah, bye chat. I'll miss you. Adios. 잘 가요.